Peace. It's attachments, man. And I just want to touch on black women, man, and what I see, like, and what I see around me. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got two different types of black women out here. Like, you got the black women who educated, and then you got these hood rats, and then you got the ones in between that don't have a good education but got a good job, but still act like a fucking hood rat. So look, I'm not disrespecting black women. I love black women. But I'm just commenting on what I see, and I don't like what I see. You know, when I go into like urban communities, I see black women that don't know niggas want. The only niggas want these black women in some of these urban communities is niggas who came home from jail or niggas who ain't got nothing and they relying upon these women to take care of them. You understand? Because you know I'm not trying to be funny. There's a lot of pretty women that I see within the urban community. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of just because they pretty don't mean that they right. You understand? A lot of these women don't know how to hold. You can't even take them out to eat because they don't have the proper etiquette, or not even etiquette, but they just don't know how to behave themselves when you go out. They want to be all loud and all this other shit. Like you don't want to go out with nobody like that. And then a lot of these women, they get stand out. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these women in these urban communities now, these bitches got these fake eyelashes on and fucking red weaves and green weaves and blue weaves and you know what I'm saying? And they just looking very fucking raggedy, man. They be wearing tights with fucking tight ass shirts and they be having a muffin top belly. Like, come on, man. They don't go to the gym. They don't eat right. You know what I'm saying? You see them eating all this fast food shit. Like, who the fuck want to deal with a woman like that? You understand? The only niggas want to deal with a woman like that is a brother who not educated. You understand? Ain't no educated brother gonna come back and deal with one of these women. And then them the worst women there is because a lot of them got that attitude to where you don't want to be around them. And then a lot of them, as soon as they get a good man, they try to use them. So let's say if a brother do go to school and come back and try to bag or try to, or matter of fact, meet one of them women in the club or whatever. All she gonna try to do is use them because she already got that in her. Like you know, once you broke and you like you want some scheming shit, you want to do that for the rest of your life. You ain't gonna never reform. A lot of these women in these urban communities, all they do is scheme on niggas. You understand? The niggas with money they scheme on, but the broke niggas they take care of. You understand? The nigga with money, because you know what that is? That's insecurity. A lot of these women, when they meet a good man, they use them because they know that they can't really deal with him. And after this nigga really understand her, he gonna leave her anyway. You understand? Like I said, a lot of these women in the hood, they smoke cigarettes. All of them smoke cigarettes. All of them smoke black in my house. You know what I'm saying? They be, you know, I mean, just like really, man. I go to the gym every day and I see women and they're working out. And I don't never see, I see black women in the gym. I'm not going to say I don't see black women in the gym, but the black women I see in the gym be the more educated black women. Now, I'm not saying you have to be educated. You got to be properly balanced. You got to have some levels of some street smarts as well as some type of education. Noble Drew Ali said, it's nothing like go get a good European education. And that ain't, you got to be, you know what I'm saying? You got to be Europeanized, but just at least know what the rest of these motherfuckers know. You understand? You ain't got to take that. You know, a lot of that shit is pseudo. A lot of European information is pseudo, but a lot of these women don't have no education. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. And when I say education, education could be anything. You got to educate yourself on how to eat. You shouldn't have to. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to even really go to school to learn how to eat. You should learn that shit in middle school. But unfortunately, you don't. So you got a lot of these women, they don't know how to cook. They make these plates with all these heavy refined carbohydrates. You come over there, they cook for you. They got fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, macaroni salad, rice. Like you got all these carbohydrates on this plate, and you got all these complex, I mean, well, not complex, simple carbohydrates. And, you know, and this is how they be cooking. And this is why they feed their kids. You see a lot of these kids in the hood, they be all fat. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying all of them. And I'm not saying all the women in the hood. You do got some women in the hood who's really trying to get out, who might have had children at an early age, and the children might have slowed them down or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or might have had a baby father that might have been killed, son. But you got a lot of these bitches in the hood who got 3 and 4 fucking baby fathers, man. You know, once you got 2 baby fathers, don't no nigga want to deal with you. Don't no nigga want to deal with no chick with no 2 and 3 baby fathers. Seriously. You understand? Don't nobody want. The only nigga want to deal with a woman that got 2 and 3 baby fathers is a nigga who can't take care of himself. Ain't no average nigga gonna be dealing with no woman. You got 3 baby fathers and you're not even with none of them. That's a sign right there. You got kids by niggas and you ain't with them. You understand? What makes you think she gonna be loyal to you? You know what I'm saying? That ain't no that's not a coincidence that all 3 of your baby fathers ain't with you. You understand? And this is how a lot of these women in these urban communities is. Because a lot of these women, they didn't have fathers. They started off fast. They started off messing with niggas at early ages or whatever. And that's the result of it. You know, if you got a father ain't gonna let you run around here and have all these fucking kids. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to be the end of it. And then most of these women who come from a father trying to send his daughter to school. A lot of these other kids, they graduate, they stay home and just hang around the hood and just find a little bullshit job and mess with these niggas and get pregnant. And then these niggas in the hood ain't no good because a lot of these niggas, they ain't got no education. And an educated nigga is not going to be living in the middle of the hood. He's not. He's not going to be living in the middle of the hood. Now, I'm starting to see, you know, some of the community starting to come around. You got some young brothers who do work and do have jobs or whatever and happen to live in the urban community or live in a community that which we call a ghetto. You know, most of the communities I call ghetto is drug-infested communities, you know, communities where you see jokers hanging on the corner, them type of communities, all right? So what I'm saying, the women that come out of them communities is not in high demand for Negroes. They're only in high demand for niggas who, you know what I'm saying, like in the hood. Them the only niggas they can fuck with. Because soon as they get a nigga who work, they gonna try to take advantage of him or say, oh, he's too nice for me. I can't deal with him. Like, that's how a lot of them women be. They find a good man. They be like, oh, he too nice for me. They gotta have a man that's gonna dog them out. They gotta have a man who gonna come home 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, or some nights now you gonna come home, or you know what I'm saying, go back and forth to jail. And this is the type of women out here, and these are the type of dudes they be dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, they meet a good educated, but a good educated nigga is not going to deal with a lot of these women in the hood. A lot of these women in the hood is not, niggas do not want to deal with them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, and I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm just putting that out there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can step your game up if you try to educate yourself. Take them fake eyelashes out. Stop putting that fucking weave in your hair or whatever. And, you know, maybe the weave, maybe we can work slowly with the weave. But as far as the eyelashes and the education, you gotta try to educate yourself. And education ain't just gotta be going to college. Education is just educating yourself and preparing yourself for life. You understand? Or the more things you know how to deal with life. You understand what I'm saying? Cooking is something, nutrition is something. If you got children, you should know nutrition. You should know what a carbohydrate, a protein, a lipid, and alcohol. And you should know what all that shit is. You should know what a macro and micronutrient is. You should know what carbohydrate is. You should know you should know what all. And like I said, a lot of these women don't know how to fucking cook. They make pasta, they make ziti. You go over their house or whatever, they always got ziti. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking nobody, but at some point in time, you gotta raise your level of thinking to the point to where, you know, if you only around people who thinking fucking minute shit, your mind gonna stay on that. You know, if you ain't reading no book or whatever, you go over a girl house and she ain't got no books in her house. You already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got no books. And if she do got a book, it's some damn hood novel about some chick, you know, some old stupidity shit, some shit that you ain't gonna get no understanding, that you already then had plenty examples like that from your neighbors. You reading books about people you live around that you can get examples from them. You need to be reading books about economics and business and trying to get yourself out your current situation and make yourself wantable. You know what I'm saying? You got these, like I said, you got these women in the gym every day, and well, I know most black women is athletic, but not a lot of these not a lot of these black women in the hood, a lot of them is not athletic. A lot of them just sit around, eat every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? And these niggas accept it. These niggas come home from jail, go right back living with these chicks with 4 or 5 kids or whatever, and it'd be an endless cycle. And before you know it, a lot of them chicks, see, these dudes don't be wanting these chicks. That's why a lot of these lesbians, they be dealing with a lot of these women. They deal with the women that niggas don't want. You understand? Because you know, a woman with 4 kids and 2, 3 baby fathers, a lesbian gonna deal with that. Ain't no brother with no common sense gonna deal with no woman and take on all them problems. You crazy. That's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And like I said, a lot of you women in the urban community, look, if you raise your daughters, you better make sure your daughters go to school. You better make sure your daughters marry before they carry. And you better make sure that your daughters have some level, some form of fucking common sense, man. And not try to be a damn hood rat and try to be like these black Chinas and these damn women who we see on fucking TV who be making a fool out of stuff or use their sexuality to attract men. And that's some type of level of success because you a professional thot. You understand? And that's how a lot of these women in these urban communities is. They fucking thots. You understand? So look, like I said, man, look, you women, you need to get your shit together. You need to get your shit together. A lot of you women overweight. A lot of you women fucking got bad breath because you need to take a clean. You need to cleanse yourself out or take a detox. You know, like I said, y'all better take better care of yourself because a brother with an education, when he see you and he be around you for a couple of weeks or whatever, he gonna be out. He gonna be out. Only a nigga who need a woman or who some broke ass, bum ass nigga gonna have a chick with 4 kids. Ain't no smart nigga with no job going to want to deal with no chick with no 4 kids or deal with some stupid ass women who got these long ass eyelashes on. You know, so women, you step your quality up for real. Maybe niggas appreciate you and want you. So with that, I'm gonna talk to this one. I'm out. Peace.